So I just had a prenatal visit, and I've had a number of people ask me what do you do in a prenatal visit? So I thought I would just share a little bit. I'm Emme Pack, and well, so in a visit I gather my stuff and I set it all out here. I have a few things. This is my official, my little table. It's so awesome. Anyway, and I just have some tea. Sometimes I'll make up some tea and share. This has organic, raw dried raspberry, nettle, alfalfa, and a little mint, which I really like for a touch. And then, you know, we'll just make it. There's some hot water and honey back in there, hidden away. And I have some stuff that I bring out. Sometimes I bring out some visual aids. This is my trusty chair. I got that as a gift from a birth. That was really awesome. This is my favorite little chair I sit at to keep me low. My stool to help me be low during, actually I use it for births a lot. And for prenatals. So first we'll just talk and see how things are going. If there's any immediate, you know, questions or concerns, we'll talk about those things, whatever. Really the person who I'm visiting with is the one who leads out the meeting, and well, whatever. Anyway, so I guide it, but I definitely make sure that it's surrounding their interests and needs. And I try to find someone to help me with my kids because they're crazy people around here who I love. Anyway, and so I have here a little basket of goodies. Can you imagine having this guy around all the time? Anyway, so I get my little basket of goodies, and I'll be taking notes here and there in my little book. If I want to make sure to say something and I don't want to forget, I can tend to forget if I don't write something down. Here are some urinalysis strips. I've moved to getting this individual pack of individuals because I felt like I wasn't going through them fast enough. So now they're awesome and always accurate. Makes me so happy. And here I've got, you know, just some random, got a little stethoscope here, some urine cups, and some goodies that I might be, you know, I don't know, just, you know, this is just kind of a curiosity. It's like what's in your purse. People do these little videos, what's in your purse. But I have some papaya enzymes because that can be helpful to people with nausea or with heartburn. I've got some lecithin that's helpful for people who might be worried they're going a little early. Of course, I don't have anyone birth at home early with me, but it's helpful. Got some pregnancy tea that I didn't make that someone gave me, and I thought, well, someone will want that and I'll give it to them. Anyway, what else do I have in here? I have pulsatilla probably. Pulsatilla, that's handy for turning a breech, believe it or not. And here are some prenatal record pages that I use. I'll just show you a little, I'll show you that for just a second. It's kind of curious, right? So this is one that I haven't filled out. Obviously, I definitely wouldn't show any that had any personal information, but here's the section I'll check about the woman, the blood pressure, and you know, sometimes I check the O2 saturation and pulse, urinalysis, weight, or the hemoglobin. And then the section for the baby, the fundal height, the fetal heart tones, fetal heart rate, and any observations that I have. Sometimes I'll try and listen to the borders like the margins of the placenta or whatever. There could be lots of different things going on. Maybe, you know, kicks or different things that are interesting. The position of the, where I found the fetal heart tones, and then presentation. Then I might have recommendations or discussion or just things that we want to be talking about and then following up and so forth. Whatever. That's my little form. I fill it out. So in my box, I have some additional things. I always have a stethoscope here because I like to use a stethoscope instead of a Doppler for regular prenatal visits, just to hear the baby's heartbeat. That's what I prefer. And I do, however, have a pretty handy-dandy Doppler for those special needs. Just today I had a lady that wanted to hear the baby's heartbeat, and it's a bit early, so it's easier to detect with my little Doppler. And this, I really think it's top quality. It's a really good Doppler. Pricey, but these things are. And then I have a blood pressure cuff. I keep it in this handy little bag. Blood pressure cuff and an additional stethoscope. And then I have over here, this is a pretty awesome little pulse oximeter. I left my other one in Ecuador when I moved with my friend. This is my Massimo pulse oximeter. It's a bit over the top. It was expensive and beautiful and so accurate. I can check the oxygenation and pulse of the mama, but I can also, no thank you, I can also I can also check the baby with the feet. I haven't got it set up quite right, but there's the probe. There's the probe, so I can test the baby. This is something I'll do if there's any special need for resuscitation, or we want to just keep an eye on the baby's oxygenation after birth, and certainly for the cardiac check of 24 to 36 hours. So that's something I will check, put it on either side of the baby's foot and then also on the other side of the baby's hand, and we can check out that the heart is functioning properly. So I got to buy a new terribly expensive toy when I got home because I did not have my pulse oximeter anymore from Ecuador. I also have in my little box of prenatal stuff, this is to check the hemoglobin. This is good as going to the lab, but I got it right in my front room. I have some alcohol and some pads here. I should get those handy alcohol pads that are so handy. Anyway, I got some gloves and a HemoQ monitor so I can test someone's iron at home if I need to. Now, in the state of Ohio, it can be tricky because I don't think I am allowed to diagnose anything really. So what I end up doing is I just provide information. I let them look and we talk about it. So it's a person's care and I'm a facilitator, and so I still feel responsible doing what I was trained to do, but I definitely want to be legal. So that's how I work that out. I have some other goodies in here, just dumb stuff, whatever. Some chuck sheets, and this is a very interesting and cool gift I received, and I think it is neat. It's this grabby pulley thing. My friend Maru would love that. I have some herbs in here and gauze and some instruments. It's a mess. It's actually a mess in here as I'm looking at it. These are just some things from birth. I've got some essential oils. Bulb syringe, just as effective as a, oh golly, as a suctioner. According to research, this is something I enjoy. You know, I have these at birth so that if I need to see, but I don't want to illuminate the entire space, the mama can still have some visual or some dimness. This is a cheat sheet for resuscitation because it's generally not a huge need, but I really appreciate having a cheat sheet. I've done the NRP a couple of times with different people. One was with a respiratory therapist. That was so awesome. I got to ask the coolest questions, but it was less applicable to the home environment. And the other one I did was with a wonderful, oh, I do have more gel packets, whatever. That's for the Doppler. For the second one I did, it was with, or the last one I did, it was with a woman who focuses on out of hospital setting. So I was able to get the information really specific to resuscitating in a home environment. So that was handy. Anyway, so that's what you have. And then, you know, we sit and talk about any family dynamics or relationship needs or communication that's needed, or any fears or discussion that we need. That is definitely important, and just as important as any of this diagnostic stuff. So anyway, and then we usually set up an appointment. So that is what happens at a prenatal appointment. We check the mom, we check the baby. That's the more medically part of it, but it's also important. Look at this. So I've got like cartwheeling people, and this is not generally, hopefully, part of a prenatal visit, but I do really love my children, and I am a mom as well. So my little baby's in the background calling my name because the kids woke him up. So I will need to go, but I just wanted to share with you so that you could also know what happens at a prenatal visit with a home birth midwife. Have a wonderful day.